The national recession has affected all of us, and especially we see a dramatic rate of people losing their homes. Or the other issue, losing their apartments. If they're renting a foreclosed property that the landlord who owned the property went foreclosed, you've been paying your rent, and all of a sudden you're out in the street. And all of a sudden maybe you lost your job. And so we see that both in homes and rental apartments, what it's doing to the nation. And it's really much more a serious crisis than Washington believes. We have a responsibility to assist all those who need the help the most. Here in Chicago, the need for housing assistance is on the rise. And you can hear it, the statistics, both locally, the region, the state, and the country. The number of calls to the Homeless Prevention Call Center has grown significantly in recent years, with more than 65,000 calls in 2009. Residents who have lost their jobs or are struggling to hold on to their homes, we're helping. In the first 6 months of this year, we have already provided rental assistance to 400 more households than in 2009, and thanks in part to the American Recovery Reinvestment Act. Again, what are your priorities when you get money from the federal government? That is very important. But still, there are many individuals who are suffering from homelessness. Our city's emergency interim shelters have maintained a steady 90% occupancy rate over the past year. We are working hard to house these residents, provide them services they need to regain self-sufficiency. It's not just housing, but it's services, and that is the key to all the issues that we struggle with here, dealing with the quality of life issues of people. They need services. Today I'm pleased to announce the city's participation in the 100,000 Home Campaign, which supports a national long-term goal of housing 100,000 vulnerable homeless individuals by 2013. Although Chicago is not a target city in this campaign, we chose to participate because it is in line with our goal to further advance our plan to end homelessness. The goal of the campaign, Chicago Registry Week, is to create a name registry of specific people living on the street or in homeless shelters, so we can prioritize the most vulnerable, then move them into permanent and supportive housing with services as well. As a first step, Chicago has pledged to place 125 of the city's most at-risk households into permanent housing, support housing by December 31, 2010. That's in addition to the 1,800 households we are on pace to house this year alone. In the long term, Chicago's homeless service providers will continue to build on the framework developed through the 100,000 Homes campaign to identify the city's most vulnerable homeless and quickly move them into permanent housing with support services. As you know, the 10-year plan to end homelessness sets ambitious goals for creating permanent housing and establishes a prevention measures. It has also laid out policy and infrastructure we need to overhaul our homeless service system. After 7.5 years, we have made significant strides in all areas. During this time, we have nearly doubled the amount of permanent supportive housing assistance, cut extreme homelessness in half, implemented new homelessness prevention infrastructure. As a result, Chicago is still positioned as a leader ready to take advantage of a new federal resources geared towards ending homelessness. With our plan, we have in place a proven system of services. Its goals are prevention, getting people housed, providing services to keep them housed, and putting them on the path to a better life. Even these very difficult times, our 2010 budget expands support for the homelessness, including increasing capacity at shelters, maintaining funding for permanent housing placement, case management, rental assistance, job assistance, and other supportive services. Our plan is working, even in the face of the worst economic times most of us can remember, exception to the Depression. Our commitment to end homelessness remains as stronger as ever. With continued support from everyone and many, many partners, including the federal government and state, we will end homelessness in Chicago, and we should have that goal in mind. In doing so, can improve the quality of life for every citizen of our great city. Thank you very much.